I'm gonna say this. I can attest and I can agree with everybody that's saying we're better than our record. We all know this. We all are aware of how good we actually are, barring all the numbers and the numerics that they utilize to quantify your greatness. Because at the end of the day, if what you're doing and who you are isn't enabling you to win, then what is it for? Because wins and losses are what matter. You know what I mean? And that's what's important. But we know we're on the right track. Like we know that. Like we don't have to. But it feels so good that it almost feels wrong. You're like, how other team? There is no other team that's enjoying basketball the way Raptors fans are. Bet money. Bet money. There is no fan base right now that's enjoying basketball as much as we are. There isn't one. Like even with our place in the game right now, 13th, 3-12. We are so in love with what we're seeing. We can't turn away. And these numerics that try to judge, who we are and quantify who we are means absolutely nothing. Because we're completely falling in love head over heels over this process, over what we're seeing. Because it's the genuine thing we've been wanting to see for the past few years. It's that energy that's there. Like, this is what made me a Raptors fan in the bubble. I know a lot of y'all like, yo, you wasn't there. Nobody was really there. Except for a lot of, like, most of the Canadians were there. 90% of the Canadians were there for the whole 26 years, 24 years, 25 years, since the beginning, right? Fewer American fans caught on with Vince Carter. That's what got our attention. I knew about Damon Stoudemire, and I knew Isaiah was going to be there. But I didn't know how the extension was going. Remember, they came same time. It was the Vancouver Grizzlies, and they had Big Country, and you know what I mean. Everything else going on. There was a lot going on. So we kind of look, and there wasn't a lot of TV coverage, and then things began to maneuver, and then things evolved. But throughout that time, everybody got older. Me personally, I became a dad. I matured, grew up. I wasn't really watching basketball as much. And once I really started to get back in it, I needed a team. I needed someone who I can identify with as a grown man. Because I've seen Mike, I've seen Magic, I've seen it all. What the stage of life that I'm in, what can I identify with as an adult, as a man, still trying to figure it out, still trying to make life sweeter for my son? Anything that I'm connected to, I make sure it's an expression of who I am as a person. I watched the bubble. I watched the Raptors play throughout those runs. I just wasn't on board as of yet. I was interested, but I wasn't on board 100%. I was just watching. I was a casual, as you would call it. But once we got to the bubble and we had a chance to sit down, I got this feeling that I had when I was a kid watching the Big East. We talking the 80s, late 80s, early 90s, when the Big East was just a powerhouse, and ESPN only covered the Big East before they really got into the ACC. Like, it was just that feeling you got. So I can't even describe. It's a feeling. And I find myself feeling that way once again with this team. Like, no matter what, I know basketball is being played the right way in comparison to what's going on in the league. There's nothing like seeing it being played the right way. No one's coming to save us. We're not going to overpay for a superstar. If we could trade for you, we trade for you, but we're not going to go out of our way to mess up the bank account to get you. And you got to want to be here just as much as we want you to be here. The Kawhi thing worked out. Got a chip. Still had the chip on our shoulders. We're back in the mix again. We won our championship and everybody went and got paid, as they should have. I knew this was definitely coming. I didn't want it to happen. I didn't want to lose everybody. But most of the time when teams win championships, A lot of their guys leave. Same thing happened with the Bulls. Same thing happened with the Lakers. Same thing happened with Miami, Boston. When you win a chip, it builds the value of guys that you actually need as the supporting cast or the stars, and they go somewhere else and get paid. It happens. I was expecting it, but I wasn't expecting to lose Pascal. I knew everybody else was going. I knew OG was going. I knew Fred was going. I knew G Money was going. I knew Precious was going. Man, Malachi, I knew they was going. I'm surprised Chris is still with us, but I'm happy he's still here. But I thought Pascal would be the last one standing. Fast forward to where we are now, like we're back in this space of watching basketball being played where there's the love of basketball as in the forefront. It's not as a backdrop to the business and entertainment and the celebration after every basket. It's people guys genuinely wanting to prove themselves. That's why we played. That's the honest reason why anybody has ever played basketball. You didn't play you played to prove that you deserved to be on the court. You deserve the attention. You deserve the awards. You deserve the praise. And you'll go up against anybody to protect it. That's the game. That is the game. Not how you dress, not how you act, not your social media influence, not your podcast. And Thanasis got a podcast, which is crazy. That's crazy. Thanasis, Antetokounmpo has a podcast. That's crazy. But you play to prove something, not only to yourself, but to the people watching. And that's what we want. That's how you show the audience and the fans that they have a place in this experience, that you're important. I feel important when I watch this team play, or I get a chance to watch the highlights, because I made a great decision to follow something that connects with me, and they care enough to give me what I'm giving to the world, which is everything I got. Doing everything I can. Win, lose, or draw, I'm going to make it happen. Even at 50, I still got a lot to prove. To me. Not so much everybody else, but to me. You still want that. You still have that chip. You still have it. That's what makes this such an experience for everybody else. We identify with it. On a day-to-day level, we're doing the same thing. This ain't about running the East. We're going to have our time. Everybody has their run. When they do it genuinely, Boston did it. They did it the right way. Let's be clear. I don't like the Celtics, but they did it the right way. They kept chipping away, and Kyrie and KD left, and then all these things fell into place, and they got their opportunity. That's going to happen to everyone that's doing it the right way. You're going to get your shot. What you do with it is your business. But you're going to get your opportunity. The wins don't define who we are. The losses don't define who we are. It's those performances that enable us to connect with the players. Their personal stories, the story of the team. We just want to see them go out there and give it their all genuinely. Not half-assed because they want to, you know what I mean? Like, you got a bunch of social media influencers in the league. They care more about their social media imprint than they do about the game of basketball. Because basketball, this is just something off their bucket list, making it to the league. They really care about their social media imprint. You know what I mean? And being famous, because that's where the peer group is. A lot of the peer group that's popping is popping on social media. You could be a pro ball player and still be considered a nobody out here in these streets right now. These kids ain't listen. I'm from New York. We don't go crazy over celebrities. We never have and we never will. But now the everyday guy is getting their New York, they 15 minutes of fame, they New York minute. Everybody's getting their fame. Everybody getting their weight up. So now these kids care more about being socially relevant with their peer group than they do playing basketball, because it's looked at as just this is what I do when I'm not online. This is my job. Like I told y'all, that they treat it like a fast food job. They treat it like it's McDonald's and Burger King with the hat flipped back, with the apron all, with flour on it. New pair of sneakers on though. You know what I mean? Like they don't look at it as with the love that and compete with something to prove because they feel like they've already made it. But they're fighting to prove themselves on social media. That's where their competitiveness lies. Our guys are competing on the court. They still love the game. You can see it. This is more than just a job. This is more than just something to do for some of our guys. Most of our team. We got a lot to prove to the world. We got a lot to prove to ourselves. We're not solidified in this league. The game is testing everybody every chance it gets. A lot of these guys that we watching, a lot of them going through the motion. Because they care more about being relevant socially than they do about being popping as a ball player. Niggas ain't respecting hoopers like they used to. Especially this generation. They looking at them like, whatever, man. I got more subscribers than you on social media, and I make almost as much as you do. Because everybody ain't getting $15 million a year or keeping. It's another thing. It's about what you keep, not about what you make. A lot of these kids on social media are keeping their money, living that life for real. We ain't on YouTube and Facebook and TikTok and all these places because it's a bag. It's a hustle. It's the crack era. If you know, you know. And everybody want to take this serious and treat it like it ain't no life, nigga. It's going to be gone before you know it. You better stop playing. While we getting the opportunity to get this paper, you better have some fun and stop trying to turn it into, you know what I mean? He's trying to turn this into something. Nah, that's the first group, second group, first, second waves. They had a chance. Even now, they struggling. You better peep the game. A lot of loved ones peep the game, man. A lot of them dudes that was getting money years ago, they struggling right now with the social media because it's at a. You're gonna get your shot. But what you do with it, it's the crack era, baby. It's not about what you made, it's about what you keep. Get your bag, stash it, whatever you gotta do. Because when your run is over, it's over. You're gonna have to either reinvent yourself or be the vibe in real life. Because at some point they get bored with it. You know what I'm saying? And you really gotta be that vibe that they would hang out with and chill with on a daily basis. And if you're not, then you're not. Most of these people that I connect with, we be hanging out. If we work together, we be hanging. Or if we went to school together, we be hanging out and talking the same shit anyway, for free, just wilding out. Same thing, same laughs, same energy, same vibe every day from 8 to 4, from 4 to 11, same old thing. But just to see this team compete, genuinely, it's beautiful. You're not getting that everywhere. You know what I mean? And then there's this underlying theme, this question of, do we honestly make a conscious push and a conscious effort to make the playoffs, or do we just play as we've been playing and see what happens? Because we're 4 games out of 6. Like, listen, the Eastern Conference is full of shitty records. We could definitely get in there. We want to get in there. You know what I'm saying? We want to get in there. We can get in there. But it's like there's a lot to be desired from where we are to where we need to be to take advantage of that. It might as well be the Grand Canyon instead of 4 games. You know what I mean? Because you have to be aware, you have to have the ability, and you have to execute. This moment, this window opportunity, you have to be prepared for that. Are we prepared enough to take advantage of this window opportunity? Not as of yet. But we're so close, we could taste it. You know what I mean? But I don't know. You know what I mean? A lot of people still on this Cooper Flag shit. We're not getting them. And if you don't get Cooper Flag, who else is left to get worth talking about? They're going to send him someplace. We already know this is not happenstance. The league, this is entertainment. They're not playing. It's 2025. They ain't playing. That kid is going someplace where the NBA could make use of him and bring awareness to a market. He's going to go to a market that needs him. You know what I mean? So whether it's a big market or a mid-market or a small market that they can build up, he's going to go someplace where they can completely profit off the experience. It's not going to be It's it's gonna be for entertainment purposes. But it is what it is. It's their business, and they have the right to do business as they see fit. You know what I mean? So I like the design of this team. I like the courage and the confidence of this team, and we're gaining experience. But we're right there. But it's like we're not ready for that. We're not ready to say we can. Let's make a push. We got four. You know what I mean? We got 4 games out. It's one of those things where we might have to just play how we been playing, stay on this path, and then see what happens as we go forward. And if it happens that way, cool. But to take a conscious effort and take our mind off and our eyes off of the tightrope that we're walking, it's a lot to be desired. It's a tough thing to do. It's very risky. You know what I'm saying? But if it happens, it happens. But right now, I'm just happy with the fact the way that we're competing and making progress. I can't ask for any more than that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all you can ask for. Tell me what you think in the comment section. I'm I'm just happy that we're competing, and I don't think any fan base is having as much fun as we're having. We've lost before, and it just because we had veterans, and there was an expectation of them being able to dig us out of the holes because of their championship experience, and they weren't able to, and the coach wasn't able to. This is different. These are guys who are just fighting. You know what I mean? Who are consciously going out there to try to produce and try to be a part of something great and stay a part of something great. You know what I mean? It's just so you can ask for. They're playing with a lot of pride and they're serious about this experience. You can't ask for any more than that. You can't. You know what I mean? You can't ask for, as a fan, you can't ask for any more than that. Like, what more could you ask for? But like I said, tell me what you think in the comment section. I'm out of here. Peace.